Hey, ever wonder what exercises you can do after you've had a C-section? Preferably in that 6-week mark, or maybe a little bit before if you're feeling pretty good. I'm here to go over some things to test out with your body and see where you're at and kind of trial and error them after you've had a C-section. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Amanda Fisher. I'm a pelvic floor physical therapist and a mom who's had 3 C-sections. The thing about C-sections is I know that it needs a little bit of something once a day down in this core region to really wake it up and get things moving and functioning how it's supposed to again. So here's a little example of a core snack, little exercises to help increase core stability, just like in my C-section recovery program. Here we go. We're going to start on our back. We're going to start with some breathing because the diaphragm sits on top of the pelvic floor. Pelvic floor works in front with that transverse abdominis, that lower abdomen where we've had we can have some lower abdominal pooching, or if we've had a C-section, it can be pooching out a little bit more because those muscles just aren't functioning well after pregnancy and delivery, or sometimes just with poor coordination in the body. So we're going to start by getting the diaphragm, our breathing muscles, to connect with the pelvic floor. Then we're going to stack in those lower abdominal muscles to help fire them up. Then we're going to move into some exercise routines with them. So go ahead and lay in your back, and I want you to have your hands over your ribs, okay? So your ribs are going to be the functioning muscles that help engage our pelvic floor, okay? Our Kegel or a pickup, contract muscles down there, the muscles that help support our bowel, bladder, and our uterus if we still have one. Here we go. We're going to breathe into those ribs. I want you to breathe in. As you breathe in, those ribs are going to expand out like an umbrella, really popping open. As you exhale, those ribs are going to come back down like an umbrella closing out. Go ahead and breathe in again. Feeling those ribs expand. Exhale. Get all that air out. Breathe in again. And out. This time, when you inhale, everything's going to relax. And you're going to let that umbrella pick up. As you exhale and blow out, you're going to gently try to pick up a blueberry with your vagina or suck up a smoothie down there if you had a straw. Breathe in. Everything's relaxing. As you exhale, pick up that blueberry, suck up that smoothie. It's very gentle. Shouldn't really feel much in the glutes. I shouldn't feel the pelvis move at all. Very gentle, very calming. Let it all the way back down. Go ahead and breathe in. Ribs expanding. Blow out. As you're blowing out, pick up a blueberry, suck up a smoothie down low. Let it relax out. Breathe back in. Blow out. Pick up that blueberry, suck up that smoothie. All the way back down. This time as you pick up that blueberry, suck up that smoothie, see if you feel anything in those lower abs. Go ahead and breathe in into those ribs. Blow out. Pick up that blueberry, suck up that smoothie. On exhale, do you feel anything in that lower abdomen? If you do, or if you don't, you can think about trying to connect a little bit of tension, bringing hip bone to hip bone, bringing them to connect in that lower abdomen. You might feel it like a little hug in the lower trunk portion. We do not want it to go pushing the muscles down. You don't want to feel this bulge out. You want to feel it just to be a gentle hug. This type of contraction is like 10 cents if a full contraction is giving me $1. So it's very minimal. Go ahead and breathe into those ribs. Blow out. Pick up that blueberry. Suck up that smoothie. Think hip bone to hip bone. Give it a nice little hug. Kind of like bringing that belly button just slightly in and keeping it nice and flat. Not pooching down, not pooching out here in the lower abdomen. Breathe in. Blow out. Pick up that blueberry. Suck up that smoothie. Nice little hug, hip bone to hip bone, or even thinking of a zipper coming up with that blueberry up to those lower abs, like you're trying to put on a tight pair of pants or something. Like if you ever laid down to put on a tight pair of jeans, you try to pull those lower abs a little bit further away from the button that you're trying to tighten. Go ahead and breathe in. Blow out. Pick up that blueberry, suck up that smoothie, hip bone to hip bone. Okay. We are going to add that in with an activity. So I'm a huge fan of trying to get those lower abs to kick in with marching. If you are a non-C-section person, watching this, you can go ahead and bring your legs up. If you are a C-section mom, you can try to do this as well. This is getting into reverse marching, or the start of a dead bug type exercise. We want these ribs to stay stacked with the pelvis on this one. So as we move opposite arm, opposite leg, you want this to stay nice and solid. You don't want to see this arch forward where we're lengthening out the belly and creating a tunnel underneath here. You really want to keep it stacked here. So as your leg and your arm goes back, if you're having a hard time keeping that rib stacked over the pelvis, you can keep your legs down with this one and just move up and back down with that type of activity, okay? Up and back down. So practice both of those, see what works for you, but we're gonna run through 10 on each side. So we're gonna blow out, tighten hip bone to hip bone to bring ourselves up into position. Arms up in the air, legs down if you need to. Go ahead and breathe in. Go in again, tighten hip bone to hip bone. Legs out and up. As you exhale, tightening. That was 1. This is 2. 3, 4, 5. Continue to retell yourself, tighten hip bone to hip bone. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tightening hip bone to hip bone on exhale. I like to breathe in, maintain, blow out, come back. That's 10. Set those legs down. Now, I want to challenge it along the whole side here. I'm a huge fan of side bridges. Side bridges are my favorite for anybody with low back pain, SI pain, carrying these babies, carrying the toddlers, or even just bags in our normal day-to-day life. You're gonna have an arm underneath your shoulder. I want your body to be in a nice straight line. So your legs might be in front. Go ahead and pull them back nice and straight. We're gonna keep the top leg straight as well. We're gonna blow out, pick up that blueberry, tighten hip bone to hip bone. As we press up, we're gonna lift that leg up, back down. Inhale, blow out, tighten hip bone to hip bone. 2. Inhale, blow out. Tighten hip bone to hip bone on that exhale. Back down. 3. Breathe in. Blow out. 4. Exhale as we lift and blow out. Or tighten. 5. Exhale, tighten hip bone to hip bone as we're lifting up. That was 6. 7. We're gonna blow out, tighten hip bone to hip bone. 8. Blow out, tighten hip bone to hip bone. 9. One more on this side. Blow out, tighten hip bone to hip bone, back down. Switch sides. Okay, straighten out that body, keep that arm under the shoulder. Exhale as we lift up, tighten hip bone to hip bone, lift that top leg. Here we go. Blowing out, tightening hip bone to hip bone, back down. That was 1. Blow out, tighten. 2. Blow out, tighten those lower abs. 3. Blow out. 4. Blow out. 5. Blow out. 6. Blow out. 7. Blow out. Tighten hip bone to hip bone. Lift that leg. 8. Blow out. 9. Blow out. 10. And come on to all fours. So we test our body on our back, taking weight of organs off the C-section scar on our side, strengthening up the sides of the abdomen. Now we're going to change the position here, because being a mom and being just a household chores person that's doing the household chores around the house, you got to have a core strong enough in every position. A lot of times you're leaning over even in this position to empty out the dishwasher, pick a kid up. So you've got to make sure this is challenge here too. So on all fours, you're going to let that belly relax. You're going to breathe into those ribs again, opening up like an umbrella. As you blow out, tighten up those lower abs. And from here, breathe in again. Inhale, let everything relax. Blow out, tighten hip bone to hip bone. Lift the body up off the ground and back down. Again, inhale into those ribs. You can keep those toes tucked. Blow out, tighten hip bone to hip bone. Come up on all fours, and we're going to shoulder tap. 1, 1. Maintain hip bone to hip bone here. Keep it nice and tight. 2, 2, 3. Keep hip bone to hip bone. 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Back down. We're going to move back on our back and repeat the scenario we just went through. Back on your back. Remember, you can go into dead bug, which is all fours up. You're going to stay marching. You're going to inhale into those ribs. Blow out. Maintain even pelvis and back down. You can just do legs. Breathe in. Blow out. Tighten hip bone to hip bone. Lift up and back down. If that seems pretty easy and the pelvis is staying neutral, you can advance on. If that's hard, continue just to do this exercise here. I'm going to go ahead and get into position for dead bug. Maintain ribs stacked over pelvis. Breathe in. Tighten hip bone to hip bone on exhale. 1. Tighten. 2 or 1. Tighten on that exhale. 2. 3. 3. Keep ribs stacked over pelvis. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 6. On exhale, tighten hip bone to hip bone. Blowing out, tightening. 7. Blowing out, tightening. 7. Blowing out, tightening. 8. Hip bone to hip bone. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. Awesome. Go back to your side. Side plank with leg lift. Arm under shoulder, legs nice and straight. Keep that top leg straight. Tighten hip bone to hip bone as you lift up. Breathe in. Blow out. 1. Back down. Inhale. Tighten hip bone to hip bone on exhale. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Switch it up. Each time you press up, exhale, tighten hip bone to hip bone. Here we go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Back on all fours. Going into getting it from gravity, pulling down on those lower abdomens. Go ahead and breathe in. Blow out. Tighten hip bone to hip bone. Good. Breathe in. We're going to change it up this time. Blow out. Tighten hip bone to hip bone. We're going to slide one leg back. Keep that pelvis nice and flat as if you're balancing a glass of water. Throw up that opposite arm. Tighten hip bone to hip bone. Bring it back in, nice and flat. Breathe in. Blow out. Tighten hip bone to hip bone. Slide out. Avoid any kind of movement like this. Keep it nice and flat. Bring it in. Breathe in. Blow out. Tighten that hip bone to hip bone. Reach out. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Back in. Still keeping it high. Tighten hip bone to hip bone. Breathe in. Blow out. Tighten up those lower abs. Bring that out. And opposite arm out. Bring it back in. Breathe in. Blow out. Tighten hip bone to hip bone. Bring it back in. Breathe in. Blow out. Tighten hip bone to hip bone with that exhale. Always. Back in. Breathe in. Blow out. One more time. Breathe in. And blow out. All right. Awesome job today. There you go with a little core snack. Let me know if you have any questions below. Please ask away. I'm more than happy to help. And have an awesome day.